student. Our topic name is plant growth and mineral nutrition. Plant growth and mineral nutrition. In previous lecture, we learned the type of the growth, absolute growth rate, relative growth rate, how many types of the growth. There are two types. First type is a arithmetic growth and second type is a geometric growth. In arithmetic growth, meristematic cell undergo cell division. Two daughter cells are formed. Out of two daughter cells, one cell. Out of two daughter cells, one cells remain divided, and another cells undergo the differentiation or a maturation. And in geometric type of a growth, when meristematic cell undergo cell division, then there is the formation of two daughter cells. But both daughter cells undergo the differentiation or maturation. These are the two types of the growth which are seen in a previous lecture. Then in this lecture we learn growth curve, types of growth, and another concept, that is differentiation, de-differentiation and redifferentiation. So we see the first article in this lecture. It is known as a growth curve. What is growth curve? Growth curve is graphic representation of total growth against time. What is growth curve? Growth curve is graphic representation of total growth against time is known as a growth curve. Then we see the types of the growth curve. How many types of growth curve? There are three types. First type is known as a linear growth curve. Second type is known as a exponential growth curve. And third type is known as a sigmoid growth curve. Growth curve consists of three types. First type is known as a linear growth curve. Second type is known as a second type is known as a exponential growth curve. And third type is known as a sigmoid growth curve. And what is growth curve? Graphic representation of total growth against time is known as a growth curve. So we see the first type, that is a linear growth curve. You know the types of the growth. First type is a arithmetic growth. In this type, the meristematic cells are the groups of the young and immature cells which having the ability of cell division. And what is cell division? Formation of new cells from a pre-existing cell. This ability is known as a cell division. And this ability perform which type of the tissue? These important tissues are known as a meristematic tissue. You know, depending upon the position of the meristem. Meristem are classified into three types. First type is a apical, second type is a intercalary, and third type is a lateral meristem. And you also learn the characters of the meristematic tissue. First character is they are young and immature cell. Second characteristic, they are a living, that is nucleus is present and this nucleus is surrounded by a granular cytoplasm. Then cell wall is present and this cell wall is very thin and it is made up of a cellulose. These are the characteristics of the meristematic tissue. In arithmetic type of a growth, these meristematic tissue undergo mitotic division and formation of the two daughter cells. Out of two daughter cells, one cell again undergo dividation and another cell get differentiated and maturated. So, in arithmetic type of a growth, the growth curve is a linear. What is the meaning of linear? Linear, that is, this growth rate takes place constantly. So, it is called as a linear growth curve. You observe this diagram, linear growth curve, height of plant is plotted against the diagram. Then growth curve is obtained in a linear manner, and linear growth curve is obtained in a arithmetic type of a growth. And here growth rate is a constant, so it is called as a linear growth rate. Then the second type is known as a exponential growth curve. What is the meaning of exponential? Exponential, that is rapidly. In this type of the growth, at initial stage, the growth rate is very slow, but later on it rapidly increases. So this type of the growth curve is called as a exponential growth curve. What is the meaning of the exponential growth curve? In exponential growth curve, the growth rate is slow in a initial stage and later on this growth rate is a very fast, rapid or exponential. So it is called as a exponential growth curve. First type of the growth is known as a linear growth curve. Second type is known as a exponential growth curve. Linear means growth takes place constantly. Exponential means in initial stage growth rate is very slow and later on the growth rate is very rapid or fast or exponential. Then we see the third type of growth curve. This third type of growth curve is known as a sigmoid growth curve. First linear, second exponential, and third is known as a sigmoid growth curve. In this growth curve, three phases are seen. Which three phases? First phase is known as a lag phase, second phase is known as a log phase, and third phase is known as a stationary phase, or it is also called as a steady phase. So sigmoid growth curve consists of three phases. First phase is known as a lag phase, second phase is known as a log phase, and third phase is known as a stationary phase, or it is also called as a steady phase. We know the phases of the growth. How many phases of the growth? Three phases. First phase is the phase of the cell division. Second phase is the phase of the cell elongation, and third third phase is known as a phase of the maturation or a differentiation. So sigmoid, in sigmoid growth curve, lag phase, it is similar to phase of the cell division, that is formative phase. Log phase, it is similar to cell elongation, and stationary phase is similar to phase of the maturation or phase of the differentiation. So what happened in a sigmoid type of a growth curve? In this type of the growth curve, first in a lag phase, growth rate is very slow. In lag phase, growth rate is very slow. Then in log phase, the growth rate is rapidly increases. And then in a stationary phase, growth rate becomes slow down and steady. So in lag phase, growth rate is slow, but it requires more time. In log phase, growth rate is faster, but it requires less time. And stationary phase, that is growth rate slow down and become steady. So it is called as a stationary phase. So in sigmoid type of a growth curve, three phases are seen. First phase is a lag phase, second phase is known as a log phase, and third phase is known as a stationary phase. Here remember this point, in lag phase growth rate is slow. In log phase growth rate is take place rapidly, and in stationary phase the growth rate becomes slow and then become steady. So student, we understand these three types of the growth curve. First type is known as a linear growth curve, second type is known as a exponential growth curve, and third type is known as a sigmoid growth curve. In linear growth curve, growth rate takes place constantly. In exponential growth curve, here in initial stage, growth rate is slow, and then in final stage, the growth rate becomes rapid or a faster. And in sigmoid growth curve, in initial stage, growth rate is very slow, then it rapidly increases, and then finally steady. So in sigmoid growth curve, three phases are seen. First phase is known as a lag phase, second phase is known as a log phase, and third phase is known as a stationary phase. So student, you understand this point. Then we learn three concepts. Which three concepts? First is known as a differentiation. Second is known as dedifferentiation. And third is known as a redifferentiation. So again remember these three words. First, differentiation. Second, dedifferentiation. And third, redifferentiation. What is the difference between these three processes? First, differentiation, second, dedifferentiation, and third, redifferentiation. You observe the first concept, that is differentiation. Simple meaning of differentiation is the maturation. Simple meaning is a maturation. So student, we know how many types of the plant tissue. There are two types. First type is a meristematic tissue and second type is a permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue are young and immature permanent tissue are older and mature. Meristematic tissue having the ability of a cell division, whereas permanent tissue lost this ability. So permanent tissue does not undergo the power of the cell division. What changes take place in differentiation process? Simply, in differentiation, the meristematic tissue undergo cell division and formation of mature tissues. They acquire permanent size and shape. So this process is known as a differentiation. Simple meaning: meristematic tissue undergo the cell division and then they form the mature tissues which having the lost the ability of cell division. Meristematic tissue having the ability of cell division, and from meristematic tissue which cells are formed, these are called as a differentiated cells, and differentiated cell lost the ability of a cell division. So meristematic tissue become differentiated, and when it is differentiated, then it lost the ability of cell division. Differentiated cell formed from apical meristem. Differentiated cell formed from apical meristem. So in differentiation, meristematic tissue undergo cell division and then become it differentiated or matured. When it gets matured, then it lost the ability of cell division. This process or these changes are known as a differentiation. Example of the differentiation. For example, parenchyma. Parenchyma, it is the type of a permanent tissue. Permanent tissue are classified into two types. You understand this concept in 11th standard. Simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue consists of three types: parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, and complex permanent tissue consists of two types: xylem and phloem. So parenchyma is a simple permanent tissue. Parenchyma in hydrophytes. Hydrophytes means the plants which are aquatic. Parenchyma in hydrophytes develop larger schizogenous cavity or a schizogenous interspaces, for which functions schizogenous interspaces for mechanical supports or buoyancy and aeration. So example of the differentiation is parenchyma tissue in hydrophyte develop schizogenous interspaces for mechanical support, buoyancy and aeration. So you understand this concept that is called as a differentiation. Then next concept is a de-differentiation. What is the difference between differentiation and de-differentiation? Differentiation means meristematic tissue undergo cell division and then it become permanent, and permanent tissue lost the ability of cell division. They acquire permanent size and shape, that is it get differentiated and matured. But what happen in de-differentiation? De-differentiation means the differentiated cells which are formed from meristematic tissue, they sometimes regain the ability of the cell division. They regain the ability of the cell division and then new cells are formed. This process is known as a de-differentiation. Dedifferentiation means the differentiated cell become again activated and undergo the power of cell division. So, formation of the new cells. These changes take place in a dedifferentiation. Differentiation means lost the ability of the cell division, and dedifferentiation means regain the ability of the cell division. For example, interfascicular cambium or a orthocambium. Cambium, it is responsible for a secondary growth. So, dedifferentiation process is responsible for increase the girth or diameter of a plant organ. Wherever interfascicular cambium is present, you learn the vascular bundle. In vascular bundle, xylem and phloem tissues are present, water conducting tissue and food conducting tissue. And in between these two cells, xylem and phloem, in between two tissues, cambium is present. When cambium is present in between xylem and phloem, then this type of cambium is called as a interfascicular cambium, and this cambium is responsible for increases the diameter or increases the girth of a plant organ. Primary growth, that is growth takes place in linear, that is increase in length of a plant organ. It is called as a primary growth. And secondary growth means increase the diameter of a plant organ. It is called as a secondary growth. So, dedifferentiation, example interfascicular cambium, and second example is a orthocambium. Then we learn the third concept. This is called as a redifferentiation. What is the meaning of redifferentiation? Differentiation means meristematic tissue undergo the cell division and become differentiated or mature. Matured tissue lost the ability of cell division. Dedifferentiation means the differentiated cells regain, in some cases regain the ability of cell division and formation of the new cells. This process is known as a dedifferentiation. And what is redifferentiation? Redifferentiation means dedifferentiated cells again lost the power of cell division. This condition is known as a redifferentiation. That is, differentiation lost the ability of cell division. Dedifferentiation gaining the ability of cell division. Redifferentiation, differentiated cells lost the ability of cell division. Example of the redifferentiation is secondary xylem and secondary phloem, that is derived from a cambium. So these are the example of the redifferentiation. So first term is a differentiation, second term is the dedifferentiation, and third term is a redifferentiation. So student, you understand this concept. First concept is a growth curve and types of the growth curve: linear, then the exponential growth curve, and third is a sigmoid growth curve. And next the differentiation, dedifferentiation, and redifferentiation. So in next lecture we learn the next article. Thank you.